sophomore Mitch O'Keefe, a record of .415 and 3, and goals against of .295, a save percentage of .888. For Western Michigan up front, sophomore from Chesterfield, Missouri, the Bronco co-captain Jeff Lavecchio. At center, freshman from Elk Point, Alberta, Mark Lutestu, Broncos leading scorer with 28 points. And on the right side, a sophomore from Oak Park, Illinois, Patrick Caliban. On defense from Linwood, Washington, a sophomore, Chris Frank. And a senior co-captain from Troy, Michigan, Ryan Marley. In goal tonight, Daniel Bellissimo, junior from Toronto, a record of 3 and 8, goals against a 4.02, a save percentage of .861. A referee tonight, Brian Hill. The assistant referees calling the lines, Rick Rollick and Kevin Lang set. And we're underway. Broncos in their home white with the black pants, white helmets. Ferris in the maroon with a golden white trim. Play is in the Ferris State end to the left, in behind the goal. After it is Gallivan, kicks it over to Lavecchio, plays it back to the point. Marley got by Ryan, and back to center it comes. Chris Frank backpedaling for it. Clears it out to center ice. Zach Pearson picks it off for Ferris State. He'll dump it in. Deflects to the left wing corner. Picked up there now by Lutestu. To Gallivan, to Lutestu. Tips it to the Ferris State line. Cleared out of there by Van Kulen. Picked up by the back checker, Zach Pearson. And now the Bulldogs break out to center. Here they come through the neutral zone and on the right wing side. It's Bombers back. Mark carries it in deep, throws it out in front. It goes across the left wing corner, and Jeff Pierce has it for Western Michigan. Scored the game winner Friday against Bowling Green in the third period. Bulldogs get it back, and Big Chris Sarr dumps it back in behind the Western Michigan net. Bellissimo leaves it there for Marley, who sends it down the ice. They'll go wide of the goal. It's played by the netminder O'Keefe. Cleared around the boards, and Ferris brings it out to center. This is Cody Chuck. He's a Big Rapids native. Sends it around to the left wing corner. Comes out to Pierce. Pierce away to Shahura. Shahura to center with Bicyk over the line of the left wing. Here's Shahura. Side of the goal. In on goal. Shoots, and it's knocked away by O'Keefe. We got a penalty coming up to Ferris State, though. It'll be a tripping call to the Bulldogs, and the Broncos go on the power play after this on the Bronco Radio Network. So the Broncos have the power play. The tripping call to Jeremy early in the first period. So the Broncos get the first man advantage. Here's Lutestu trying to move it up the left side. Zach Pearson on the penalty kill knocks it away. Comes back behind his own net. Throws it right in front of his own goal. And it's played up the wall and down the ice by Matt Verdoni. Ferris changes up on the penalty kill. We're 2 minutes into the game. No score. Broncos with 1:25 left on this man advantage. Out of Ludwig. Carries it away to center to Lutestu. Mark over the line to Lavecchio. Lavecchio in the left corner now. Sends it in deep. Picked up by Van Kulen, and he'll shoot it down the ice. Bellissimo comes way out of his net. Lays it around to Ludwig, and Tyler lugs it out. Ludwig to his own line to Marley. Over the line is Shahura, picked up by Gallivan, walks in, shoots right on. The save was made by O'Keefe, and behind the goal, Pierce. To Shahura in the right corner. Sends it around to the weak side, Pierce. Pierce on the back wall. Pierce, side of the goal to Gallivan, gives it back to Pierce on the right side. Jeff Pierce, rim of the right circle, comes back to the point, bicycle, drive it back in deep. Picked up there by the Bulldogs. They can't clear it, though. Held in on the left side by Shahura and Ansel. Shahura at the half boards. It's jammed up there with a pair of Bulldogs. Cody Chuck in there trying to rake it out of there. Bombers back there for Ferris State, and finally the whistle blows. Brian Hill blows it dead. Still 25 seconds left to go on the power play. Shahura, Letestu, Pierce, Ansel, and Marley for Western Michigan. Shahura won the draw, back to Nathan Ansel at the left point. Top of the left circle to Shahura. Shahura takes it along the blue line, works to the slot, winds up, fakes the shot, works to the right wing circle, centers in front for Marley, and it deflected away. Letestu held it on the left side of Marley. To Ansel, back to Letestu, throws it out in front of the net, picked up there by Van Kulen. He'll clear it away to center. Chupp has it into the right wing side. Cody Chupp drops it back, and Letestu clears it to center. Schierlink's out of the box. Ferris kills it off. Bulldogs back at full strength. Side of the net, Bulldogs leaves it for Marley. Over to Pierce. Pierce clears it to center. Broncos changing up. Up the right side, Zach Pearson. Over the line, play to Vesely. Comes back to Pearson at center. Pearson throws it back to his D-man. That's Evan Case. Bouncing puck in the Ferris zone. Claxton held it in there and fell down, and Verdoni's got it back for Ferris with a burst over the line. Right up the middle, throws it at the net. Bellissimo covers it up, and Danny holds on. No score. 4 minutes gone in the first. We'll be back on the Bronco Radio Network. Draw. The Broncos send it down. Chris Frank sends it to length. The Broncos couldn't touch it up. It'll be an icing call against Western Michigan, and the draw back in the Broncos zone to the left of Danny Bellissimo. Broncos with a win tonight would pull to within a game of 500 in league play. Looking for their 10th win of the season. Here's Claxton in behind the goal, sends it all the way around. Picked up by Frank in the circle to the right of Bellissimo. He'll chip it off the glass to center ice. Bouncing puck there and sent back in. Carrying it in is Casey Haynes on the right side. Haynes back to the point, Sarb. Sends it in low to Miller. It's knocked down by Claxton, but now we're going to get a whistle and a penalty to Western Michigan. We get a tripping call to Steve Silver, and Ferris will go on the power play. Stay with us in our first intermission. We'll recap last weekend's action in the CCHA as teams begin to jockey for position for postseason play. Off the face-off, Ferris on the power play. Here's Schierlink to Zarb along the blue line. Zarb to the right circle for Vesely. Vesely at the half boards. Bumped there by Ludwig. Comes side of the goal. Picked up in the right wing corner by Aaron Lewicki. Out in front, Lewicki with a shot wide of the goal in the backhand. Behind the net, Bulldogs control it back to the right point, Zarb. Zarb takes the shot, works to the circle, shoots, and is blocked and cleared by the Broncos' Ludwig. 5 minutes gone in the first, no score. 1:28 left to go in the Ferris State power play. Ferris dumps it into the left side. Bommersbeck has it behind the net. Tied up by Marley. Right out in front of Verdonian. A big save by Bellissimo. Stone for Tony right on the doorstep. In the left wing corner. Frank's after it along with Tyler Ludwig. Verdoni got it back. Plays it side of the goal, and Bellissimo pounces on it there and holds on. No score. Western Michigan and Ferris. We'll be right back on the Bronco Radio Network. Shooting it in, still with time on the power play. 40 seconds left in the man advantage for Ferris State. Verdoni just got stoned by Bellissimo, has it on the back wall. Now it comes back to the left point. Van Kulen. Shot, score. It's Case. On the power play, Case. Driving it towards the net. And Ferris strikes first. score until Ferris capitalizes on the power play. Matt Case with a power play goal, and it's 1-0 Ferris. So the Bulldogs strike first here at Lawson Arena on the man advantage. So the Broncos can get it back. Off the face-off, Broncos. Ludwig has it, throws it back deep to Lupa. Sent all the way back down. Now Verdoni's going to get a redirect in front of the net. So Case and Van Kulen on the assist. Verdoni gets the deflection in front. In behind the goal. Played by the Bulldogs, comes back to the right point. There's a blast by Lupa that went off the back glass. Played around the boards by Ferris. Turning in the right wing corner is Brennan Conley. Now in behind the net. Evan Case has it out to the left side for Conley. It's stripped away by the Broncos' Lupa. And it's cleared out to center and played in by Ludwig on the right side. And we get a whistle behind the play. Going to get a penalty call here by the assistant referee. Brian Hill did not blow a dead. It was one of the assistant referees making the call, and he's going to send one from each team. 13-14 left in the first. Ferris leads it 1-0 on the goal by Matt Verdoni. Power play goal, deflection of the point shot by Matt Case. Ferris 1, Broncos nothing. While they sort out the penalties, we'll listen to this on the Bronco Radio Network. Most penalized teams in the CCHA battling here tonight. Western Michigan 11 from the league in penalty minutes. 505 minutes in penalties. That's 21.96 minutes per game. Ferris with 539 penalty minutes. Far and away the most in the league. The extra penalty going to Ferris, so Western Michigan on the power play. 5-on-4, Bronco man advantage. The Testu's out there with Fiske, Vecchio, Ludwig, and Marley. A rough and a high stick to Brandon Conley. And Lupa draws a roughing penalty for Western Michigan. So the Broncos on the man advantage. They're 0 for 1 in the man advantage tonight. Here's Welsh intercepting in the neutral zone. Turns it over to Marley, who hands it up to Letestu. Letestu works around Van Kulen, works around another Bulldog. Comes back to the right side for a Marley shot, and it went wide of the net. And it's cleared out of there by Ferris State. Minute 22 left to go on the man advantage. 1-0 Ferris State on the power play goal by Matt Verdoni. The left side, Marley after it, can't come up with it. Zach Pearson's got it. Now Ludwig moves it over to Letestu. Letestu up to Lavecchio over the line with Fiske. Lavecchio into the right corner. On the back wall, Lavecchio and Fiske trying to dig it out. Bulldogs come away with it. And Welsh plays it out to his own line for Verdoni through the neutral zone, and Verdoni dumps it down the ice. Off the back wall, Bicek after it, sends it around to Ludwig. Picked up now by Shahura, back to Ludwig with 47 seconds left to go in the Bronco power play. Western Michigan on the man advantage, 10th in the league at 15%. Ferris State on the penalty kill ranks 8th, killing at 81%. Here's Ansel on the back wall for the Broncos, moves it over to Shahura. Paul with a burst up the right side now. Carrying it in the right wing is Gallivan, drops it back to the trailer. Shahura, he missed the net wide with a wrister to the left of the goal post. Comes back to Shahura in the slot, shoots and scores! The net on the drop pass from Gallivan, went back to the slot, got the pass back, and beats Mitch O'Keefe. Power play goal, we're all even at 1. Shahura with a power play goal, his 8th goal of the year, and it's a 1-1 hockey game. And we're underway, tied at 1, and we're going to get an icing call against Ferris, bringing all the way back to the Bulldog zone for the draw. Shahura from Bisick and Pierce at 8:29. Shahura with his 8th goal of the year, and Western Michigan has tied it up 1-1. Each team with a power play goal. On the right side, picked up in the neutral zone by Matt Claxton, who'll dump it in. Evan Case knocks it down. Moves it across to Matt Case. Bouncing puck held in by Claxton, now picked up by Ferris State's Dollinger, and chipped into the zone by the Bulldogs. Sent in deep by Adam Miller. And behind the net, Steve Silver moves it out to center. Case plays it back in, picked up by Ansel. He'll lug it back out. Drives it to Les Perrons, who carries it on the left wing side. Mike lost the handle, and back with it comes Eric Vesley for Ferris State. He's in on the right wing side. Vesley pulls up on the right corner. Throws it back to the trailer. There's a shot, didn't get through. It's loose in the slot. It's picked up by Ferris again. Riley with a drive, right on, and the save made by Bellissimo on Blair Riley. Left to go in the first period. Shahura from Bisick and Pierce at 8:29 on the man advantage to tie this thing up at 1. Shahura will draw with Aaron Lewicki. Off the face-off, picked up by Bisick deep in his own zone behind the goal for Chris Frank. On the left wing side, Frank's got it. Moves it out to Shahura. Ball to center ice. Got Bisick on his right. Poke checked away from Shahura at the Ferris line. Marley trailing, lifts it back in deep. Welsh has it behind his own net, works around the check of Bisick, plays it out to center. Up on the right wing, Van Kulen beats Pierce to it, moves into the zone. Marley back after it for Western Michigan. Ryan plays it off the back of his own net and carries it away. Here he comes with a burst to center. Loses one man, carries it in deeper on the D, and goal, and steered away by Mitch O'Keefe. On the left side, comes out to Zach Pearson. He'll clear it for Ferris. 3-on-2 Bulldog break. Pearson moves it into Van Kulen. He's in the left wing corner, centered in front. Bouncing puck in the high slot, comes back to the blue line for Pearson. It was blocked in front by the Broncos, and back comes Pierce. Jeffson to the right wing with Letestu. He'll dump it in. Letestu went on the forecheck after it hard on the back wall. He got crunched in behind the goal, and Ferris brings it back out. Van Kulen to Verdoni. Verdoni knocked down by Lupa's check. Comes back to Sherlink, who'll dump it back in. Lupa got it back. Lupa to Lavecchio at center. Lavecchio carrying it in over the line with Gallivan. Had to set up Gallivan in front, and the pass was broken up. Bulldogs break back out. Couturier up the right wing side, got by Ludwig, in on goal, shoots. Knocked away by Bellissimo. Picked up by the Broncos, Ludwig trying to clear it, does to center. Dumped back in by the Bulldogs, they'll make a change. Lupa's got it for the Broncos. His pass broken up in the neutral zone, and cleared in by Ferris. On the right side, Vesley. Eric Vesley back to the blue line. Shot blocked off the stick of Corey Couturier. Sent back in by Ferris. In behind the net, Lupa. Lupa drops it back for Nathan Ansel, and Nate carries it away. Ansel with a long lead for Les Perrons. That was broken up. Bulldogs' Cody Chupp has it back in to Vesley with a shot. Bellissimo with a save. Rebound. Knocked away by the Broncos. Casey Haynes coming up with that shot. And behind the goal, and behind the net, working hard, Eric Vesley comes right out in front of the goal crease, and Claxton there, and he'll fire it down the ice. Broncos clear the pressure with the icing call, and we'll get a break. 8:14 up in the first. We're tied at 1 on the Bronco Radio Network. Just this one, Donnie. Ferris out shooting the Broncos 6-2 here in the first period. We're all even at 1. Power play goal for each team. Off the draw, Letestu won it back to Marley. D to Chris Frank. He'll drive into the right wing corner. Gallivan after it there. Ties up Van Kulen. It's picked up by Verjoni, and the Bulldogs clear to center. Picked up there by a big Chris Frank, and the tank shoots it in off the back wall. And behind the net, Van Kulen. Ahead to Pearson. Out to the blue line. Lavecchio whacks at it, holds it in. Over to Letestu. And behind the goal to Gallivan. Gallivan, side of the net. Fell down. Picked up by Pearson. Pulls up behind his own net. Moves it to the near board. And Welsh clears at the blue line. And Bommersbeck sends it across to Pearson out to center. Pearson over the line on the left wing. Crosses over the middle. Lays it back to the point for Welsh. Shot right on. And Bellissimo got a piece of that. Here's Gallivan out the other way. Patty to center. Patrick Gallivan up the right side for Letestu. Letestu shoots, and a blocker save by Mitch O'Keefe. Comes back to center. Nathan Ansel shoots it back in. The Broncos will change up. 6:45 left in the first and a 1-1 tie. Shahura's line out there. At center. Fired in by the Bulldogs. Delayed offside. Bisick runs it down for Western Michigan. Bulldogs tag up. Broncos break back out. Crossing along the blue line is Shahura to center for Pierce. Pierce drops it off for Silver. Silver plays it ahead of Bisick. He whacks at it. It's picked off by Ferris. Now Ansel's got it back in the Broncos zone. Moves it ahead of Bisick. Chips it out to center. Zarb has it at the blue line. Plays it back in, but Ansel there for the Broncos. Nathan skates it out. Looks and drives it into the left wing corner and heads to the bench in a change. In on the forecheck, Bisick and Pierce. And the Broncos 2-1-2 forecheck. We're going to get a whistle here from Brian Hill. We're going to bring the faceoff out of the zone, so apparently it was gloved ahead by the Broncos. Faceoff will come outside the Ferris blue line. 6:03 left in the first. 1-1 hockey game. Cody Chupp, Big Rapids native, up against another Michigander, Jason Mall from Livonia. Laid over on the left side, and Brandon Conley shoots it in. And behind the goal, Bellissimo sweeps it in the right wing corner. Conley plays it back to the blue line. Matt Claxton chips it away from Evan Case. Picked up now by Mall in the neutral zone, and he'll shoot it in. And on the forecheck is Les Perez. Bulldogs play it away, though, and out they come. Chupp moves it out to center for Conley. And then Chupp took a hit from Matt Claxton. Sticks and bodies all over the ice. Broncos students like the hitting by Western Michigan here in the first period. Here's Miller shooting it in for Ferris. Adam Miller sends it in deep, and the Bulldogs change up. Behind the goal, it's Lupa. Lupa out to Claxton. Chris Claxton plays it to center. Welsh shoots it back in. Bouncing puck into the corner. Claxton there for Western Michigan. Oh, he got hammered in the corner. We're going to get a checking behind call here against Ferris State, and they're going to reduce it down to boarding. Boarding call, and Western Michigan goes back on the power play in a 1-1 game. 5:09 left in the first. We're tied at 1. Western Michigan now on the main advantage. Broncos 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. JT Dollar goes in the box. Michigan native. Junior hockey for the Chatham Maroons. Broncos send out Gallivan with Pierce, Shahura, Bisick, and Ansel. Boarding call against JT Dollinger. Broncos on the power play. Here comes Ansel backpedaling in behind his own net. Ansel in behind the Bronco net. Plays it up the right side for Gallivan. Chips it out to center. Bulldogs come up with it there. Welsh backpedaling in his own zone. Slides it across to Pearson, who backpedals into his own zone. Plays it deep in behind his own net to Van Kulen, who rifles it down the ice. Bounces out of the corner. Ansel runs it down. The Broncos regroup. Minute and a half left in this power play. 1-1 hockey game. Broncos and Ferris. Here comes Ansel out of his own zone. Bringing the right to Gallivan. He'll lift it high in the air to the left wing corner. Bounces high off the Glass played out to Pierce. To the slot, Ansel. To the right circle, Bicek. To Ansel, right point. Left point, diagonal pass to Pierce. Pierce tried to walk Pearson, and Pearson stole it away. Zach Pearson crosses over through the neutral zone. Tried to throw it back into his own end, and the Broncos are offside on the right side as Gallivan intercepted, moved it ahead to Jeff Pierce. Just offside, whistled down. 4:05 left in the first. Still a minute left to go on the boarding penalty to Ferris State's J.T. Dollinger. We're all tied at 1. Shahura for Western Michigan. Verdoni on a tip in front of the net for Ferris. On the right side, here's Dave Kriske. Kriske in the right corner, trying to come up with it. He and Evan Case battle on that back wall. Now we get a whistle. We're going to get a penalty. We get a hooking call. Dave Kriske just got a penalty, and that is news in itself. Dave Kriske has drawn just one penalty in his last 22 games, dating back to last season. And he picks up a 2-minute minor here. On the back wall, trying to come up with that puck, called for the hook. So we'll skate for his side now with 3:54 to go in the first period, a 1-1 hockey game. Letestu wins it back to Marley. Marley shoots it into the left wing corner. Case sends it back into the corner. Picked up by the Broncos. Letestu, he'll fire it back in deep for Marley, who's in behind the goal. Marley wheels around in front. Now Letestu's got it. Drops it for Frank. To Marley at top of the left circle. Into the left wing corner. Marley in behind the net. Deflected by Lavecchio on the side of the goal. Played around by Ferris. Held in by the Broncos. Frank sends it in deep. Picked up there by the Bulldogs. Matt Case, and Ferris gets the clear. Ryan Marley knocks it down. Sends it in to Lavecchio on the right side. Lavecchio has it side of the goal. Bouncing puck there. Knocked away and picked up by Evan Case. Case for Ferris. Lifts it down the ice. Broncos shorthanded now. Ferris on the power play for 1:10. Marley's got it back in his own zone. He'll drive it down the ice. In behind the net. Sent around the boards by Jeremy Sherlink. There's midget hockey in Lansing. Sherlink out to center. Bommersbeck shoots it in. Into the right wing corner. Zach Pearson after it for Ferris. Ludwig for Western Michigan. Comes back to Zarb at the right point. We get a whistle. We're going to get a penalty to Ferris State. Hooking call to the Bulldogs. And no complaint by Zach Pearson. He goes right to the box. It's away from the puck. A hooking call to Pearson with 2:37 to go. We're tied at 1. And we'll skate for side here for 44 seconds. And then the Broncos will have power play. Comes Chris Claxon with Lavecchio, Marley, and Ludwig. Claxon won the draw back to Ludwig. Ballard plays it off the wall in front of the Bronco bench. Jeremy Sherling picks it off there. Moves it ahead of Verdoni to Bommersbeck. Shoots right on him. Stick save by Bellissimo. Into the left wing corner, Verdoni. To the left point, Sherling. Shoots sticked away by Bellissimo to the corner. At the half boards on the right side. Ferris holds it in. Here's Zarb along the blue line. Zarb stick handling, wheeling, dishing with a backhand drop pass to Sherling on the left side. Out of Verdoni. Sherling pinching in, plays it in deep. Chris Claxon trying to come up with it. Sherling plays it back to Zarb in the right circle. Left point, Verdoni. Now played it off the back wall. Bommersbeck has it. Bommersbeck throws it in front. Deflected by Chris Claxon over the glass out of play. Broncos now on the power play. Dave Kriske's out of the box. 1:15 of advantage for Western Michigan with 1:51 left in this first period. Face-off will be to the right of Bellissimo. Letestu, Shahura, Pierce, Bicek, and Nathan Ansel. And Ansel's got it behind his own goal. 1:10 left to go in the power play. Here comes Nate out of his own end. cancel it. Bicek up the left side, bounced over his stick. Played now by Letestu. Ahead to Shahura. He'll drive it in. Chasing it. Bicek. Van Kulen there for Ferris. Put it right on the tape of Bicek, who sends it to the left corner for Shahura. Back to the left point, Letestu. Right point, Ansel. Nathan tried to send it in deep to Bicek, and it was intercepted by the Bulldogs, and back they come. Here's 2-on-1. Van Kulen with Vesely. Van Kulen shoots, and he's lapped by Bellissimo as Danny reaches out of that trapper and picks it clean. It stays 1-1. 39 seconds of power play for Western Michigan. On the hooking call is Zach Pearson. 1:16 left in the first. Shahura for the Broncos, Verdoni for Ferris State. Letestu on the face-off for the Broncos. Lavecchio's out there with Matt Claxton. Marley and Ludwig. Cody Chupp knocked it away behind the Bronco goal. Chupp throws it back to center. Played there by Matt Case. Case off the glass. Bounces into the Broncos zone. Bellissimo sends it to the corner. Picked up there by Letestu. Broncos break out. Here comes Letestu to center. Ahead to Lavecchio. Letestu got it back left side. Puts it out in front. Claxton redirects it. Knocked away by O'Keefe. Comes back to Marley. Left point. Marley. Right point to Ludwig. Tyler winds up, shoots. Deflected wide. Off the back glass. Played in the right corner to Lavecchio. Lavecchio in front of the net. Right side of the goal. Letestu got the puck in the edge of the crease and tapped it home by O'Keefe. 2-1 Western Michigan on the goal by Letestu, his 14th of the season. 2-1 Western Michigan. Mark Letestu snaps the tie. 2-1 Western Michigan. 30 seconds left to go in the first period. Here, power play goes up and might have expired. The Broncos might have been even strength there. We'll see. Here we go. Ferris State with it. Out they come. Played on the left wing side. Penalty coming up to the Broncos. Ryan Marley. Trip Casey Haynes. 14 seconds left to go in the first. 2-1 Western Michigan. Letestu from Claxton and Lavecchio at 19:24. 2-1 Broncos. Now Ferris on the power play on the penalty to Marley. In front of that, Letestu clears it down the ice. 4 seconds left to go, and the period will come to an end, and the Broncos win the first 20 minutes. After one period of play at Lawson Arena, Western Michigan 2, Ferris State 1. We'll be back. This is the Bronco Radio Network. Schupan & Sons and Schupan Aluminum Sales, creating a better environment to recycle. Mike Kowalski, a name of taste you'll never forget. And by Arco Container, your source for quality corrugated packaging since 1971. Ferris on the power play. Broncos send it in deep in the Bulldog zone. Picked up behind his own net by Van Kulen. Here he comes right to left. Off on the right wing side, it's dumped in by Ferris. Matt Case. Round to the left wing corner. Verdoni knocks it down. Played there by Ansel, trying to ring it out. Held in by Van Kulen. Nope, it went over the glass out of play. Face-off will beat to the right of Bellissimo. Changed ends with Mitch O'Keefe. Sticks her down, and the draw is won by the Broncos. Played in the corner by Ansel, trying to lob it out. He did. The center picked up by Lavecchio. He'll tap it down the ice. And on the forecheck, Shahur on the back wall with Van Kulen. All trying to tie up things there, and now Ferris comes up with it. And they'll bring it out. Shahur heads to the bench on a line change, and Letestu's out on the kill. Van Kulen shoots it in for Ferris, in behind the goal. Bellissimo lets it go around to Ansel, who tries to whack it out of there. Got it to the blue line. Held in, though, by Ferris. Picked up by the Broncos and sent all the way down. Played by O'Keefe, side of his own net. Leaves it there for Case. Claxon in there on the forecheck on the penalty kill, trying to come up with a loose puck. But out where they come the Bulldogs. Here's Bombers back with a burst over the line. Poke check by Ansel. Held in, though, by Ferris. Taking a quick shot. Glove by Bellissimo. On the wrister by Bombers back. And Coach Daniels will change up his power play. 34 seconds left to go on the Marley penalty that carried over from the first period. 2-1 Western Michigan if you're just tuning in. Ferris scored first. Broncos have tallied twice to take the lead. Top of the right circle. There's a blast by Brennan Conley that went high off the back glass. Pops up in the air at the half boards on the left side. Broncos trying to get the clear. Played on the back wall now by Chris Frank and behind the net. Poke checked away by Cody Chupp. Now picked up by Corey Kucheria. Sent around back to the right point to Zarb. Zarb left point to Sherling. Back to Zarb. The Twin Towers on the blue line here for Ferris. Sherling has on the left side. Plays it away from Maul. Sherling got it back. Shoots blocked in front of the Bronco D-man Steve Silver. And Marley's out of the penalty box. Broncos back at full strength. Here comes Letestu. He'll play it up the right side. Jason Maul chasing it, played away from him. Silver got it back and skates it in. Silver over the line. Top of the left circle, Maul with a shot wide of the net. Laid off the back wall by Chupp for Ferris State. Chupp's pass deflects back into the zone deep. Zarb runs it down. Poke checked away by the Broncos. Kriski on the back wall to Labatt. Kevin Labatt on the back wall for Western Michigan. Fights off the check of Zarb, and then it's cleared back down by the Bulldogs. Bellissimo has to play it in front of the net, leaves it there for Ludwig. Tyler skates it out left to right. Long lead for Kriski. Deflected by Van Kulen to the back wall, and he's got it behind the net. Van Kulen moves it up to Eric Fesley. Sends it across, carried out to Blair Riley. Riley through the neutral zone over the line on the right side. Riley, the freshman from Kamloops, British Columbia, in the right wing corner. Broncos trying to come up with it there. Chris Claxon. Out to Kriski. Held in by Blair Riley. His shot didn't get it all. Broke his stick on that slapper. Picked up by Ludwig to center. Ludwig shoots it in. Broncos change up a whole new five. Back comes Ferris. Long lead to Eric Leslie. He'll play it in deep. Shot of the goal, Bellissimo. Leaves it in behind the net for Frank. Taps it back to Marley. Marley sends it out for Pierce. Too far for him. Picked up by Van Kulen. He'll drive it back in. Icing against the Bulldogs. We get a whistle. Broncos lead it 2-1. We'll be back on the Bronco Radio Network. The Ferris State net. Bulldogs have it away. Here comes Haynes to center ice. Casey Haynes over the line on the right wing side for Adam Miller. Shot knocked away by Bellissimo. Rebound cleared away by Chris Frank. Frank out of his own zone. Crossing over to the left side, he'll dump it in. In behind the Ferris net, played by Evan Case into the corner. Picked up on the near side by Casey Haynes, who played to center. Frank got it back, and the tank dumps it in. Heads to the bench on a change. 4 minutes gone in the second. 2-1 Western Michigan. Here's a long pass that goes the length. Icing is waved. Is played by Silver, side of his own goal. Away it comes to Gallivan. Patrick Gallivan out of his own end. Picked up now by Silver. Back to Gallivan. Gallivan to Letestu. Played on the right side. Letestu after it was Sherling. Letestu's got it. Drops it for Gallivan. Set it to goal. Putting it on the tape. 3 tape-to-tape passes. Broncos on top, 3-1. 4.5 minutes gone. Play at center. Bulldogs have it in. Here's Verdoni with a burst to the left side. Stripped away nicely by Ansel. Went down, got the puck. Stripped it away. Back it comes to the Ferris State line. Bombers back there. Picks it up, throws it back to Zarb deep in his own zone. Verdoni to center. Ahead to Pearson. We're going to get a penalty here. One of the Bulldogs got crunched in front of the Ferris State bench. That was Verdoni who went down in a heap. Or was it Pearson? One of the Broncos is going to go. Steve Silver's headed to the penalty box. The penalty to Steve Silver. Brian Hill making the call. And Ferris State will have the power play trailing 3-1. It was Pearson who got clobbered over there in front of the Ferris State bench. Silver heads to the penalty box. Shahura will take the draw. Quick shot off the faceoff. Bellissimo got a piece of it. Broncos break back out. Lavecchio ahead of Shahura. Shahura moves it over the line to Lavecchio, just offside. Well, it hit a skate on the way in, and Lavecchio was offside. 14:57 left in the second. 3-1 Western Michigan. We'll be back on the Bronco Radio Network.
Touched it, so he probably should have got it before Steve. 9 definitely.
Western Michigan, 14:38 to go in the second period. Silver in the penalty box, Ferris on the power play. We get a whistle. And Brian Hill, I think, is going to send somebody else to the box. Nope, maybe not. Face-off will be in the Western Michigan zone. Just blew it dead over there on the boards. There was a little pushing afterward, but no penalties. Face-off will be in the Western Michigan end to the left of Bellissimo. Sticks her down into the corner. Ansel trying to ring it out. And it's chipped out to center ice. Back after it is Zarb. Backpedaling in his own zone. Lays it ahead of Verdoni. To center for Pearson. Pearson in with speed on the right side with Bommersbeck. Bommersbeck chases it on the back wall. Pinned in there by Ludwig. Played by Ansel to Letestu, and the Broncos break out. Here's Letestu with Lavecchio. Lavecchio to center. He's in on the right side. Working around Sherling. Sherling muscles him out of the play. No penalty. Fans wanted one. Not going to get it though. And here comes Verdoni through the neutral zone on the left wing side. Plays it in. Cleared away by the Broncos. Out to center. 55 seconds left to go in the Ferris State power play. 13:50 left in the second. It's 3-1 Western Michigan. Out at center, Pearson shoots it in. Rings it around the right side. Shahur knocks it down. Now Bombers back after it with Shahur. Shahur's got it away. Here comes Paul to center ice. He'll carry it in. Over the line on the right side. Winds up, shoots right on, and is saved by O'Keefe for the right pad. Deflects right over to Vesley. Here comes Eric over the line for Ferris. Drops it off for Blair Riley. Moves to the slot. Shoots high over the crossbar off the back glass. In behind the net, Vesley. Vesley working in behind the Bronco goal. Picked up by Jason Mull, and he'll clear it down the ice with a backhand. 12 seconds left to go in the Silver Miner. It's 3-1 Western Michigan. Shots are 10-5 Ferris. At center, Vesley. Vesley turns it over to Claxton. Chris Claxton in on the right side. Vesley able to fight off. Claxton sends it around on the back wall. Broncos are back at full strength. Rudoni throws it to Van Kulen. Van Kulen with a lead to center. Picked up by Claxton to Bicek. Bicek back in his own zone. Bicek to center. Over the line on the right side. Shot wide of the net. Chris Claxton's got it. Over to Marley. Into the corner. Played back to the right point. Held in by Welsh. His shot wide of the goal. Comes off the back wall. Played away by the Broncos. Bicek. Ryan up the right side. Stripped by Miller. Miller over to Welsh. Welsh to Van Kulen. Intercepted by Frank to Bicek. He's in with Pierce. 2-on-1. Brian Bicek in a goal. Shoot. Score! On his left, opted for the shot and beats Mitch O'Keefe. 4-1 Western Michigan. Bicek's 11th, and the Broncos opening up the 3-goal lead. Shoots it in behind the goal, O'Keefe. In behind the net, around the left wing side. Risky after it, now in behind the net. Picked up there by the Bulldogs. In that case, out to center ice. Over the line on the left side, Kucheria fell down. Broncos come up with it and clear it to center. Picked up out of that. Kevin Labatt over to Shahur, who taps it in on the right side. Laid off the back of the net. Risky in there after on the forward check. Bumps Matt Case. Kucheria after on the left side. Now Shahur's got it to Labatt up the slot. Labatt to Krisky. Shoots and a save by O'Keefe. Krisky got it back in behind the net. Dave Krisky got tied up there, and the Bulldogs break back out. They trail 4-1. Through center. Over the line on the right side. Carrying it for Ferris is Matt Case. And we get a whistle in the corner. We're going to get a penalty. A holding call to the Broncos. It's going to go to Tyler Ludwig. Bicek from Frank at 7:40 to put the Broncos on top 4-1. Now into the penalty box goes Tyler Ludwig, and Ferris will have the man advantage when we return. This is the Bronco Radio Network. Short-handed. Ferris on the power play. They trail the Broncos 4-1. At the blue line, it's picked up by Verdoni over the line on the left wing side. Plays it in deep to Bombers back. Back to Verdoni to the left point for Sherling. Right point side with a wrist shot. That was knocked down in front. Verdoni has it in behind the net for Pearson. Pearson to Bombers back. I just center it for Verdoni. It's picked up by the Broncos. Letesu. Here comes Mark to center. Poke checked away and intercepted by Verdoni. Now Lavecchio got it back, dumps it in. Heads to the bench and a change. Broncos are short-handed, but you don't have to be. For employment and staffing services for multiple industries, call WSI at 488-5100. WSI, putting talent to work. Bulldogs have it out of their own end. Sherling. Now back to Verdoni and on the left wing side. Had to work around Marley. Marley knocked him down. Frank after it at the half boards. Marley trying to come up with it. Pearson's got it. His pass blocked by Maul. Picked up by Verdoni to Van Kulen. To the right point. Wrist shot. Didn't get through. Blocked for the Broncos. And out with it comes Maul. Ahead of Claxon. Claxon. Got to go back to Maul. Was broken up. Now Maul's got it in the corner. And behind the net, Van Kulen has it away. 30 seconds left to go in the Ludwig minor. Pass goes the length of the ice. That'll be an icing call. We get a whistle and a face-off back on the Ferris. And 4-1 Broncos on the Bronco Radio Network. Shoots it in for Ferris State. Broncos get the clear. Back to center. 12 seconds left to go on the Ferris State power play. Nestle shoots it in off the wall at the point. Played by Lewicki in the left circle. Shoots blocked in front by Chris Claxon. Claxon drops it off for Marley. Broncos back at full strength. Ludwig's out of the box. Set the length for the Broncos. An icing call against Western. 4-1 Broncos. Now this on the Bronco Radio Network. Send it in deep, and Brian Bisick just a half a step late to getting that puck in the right corner before it crossed the end line for an icing call. So they'll bring it back into the Western Michigan end for the face-off. 9:14 left in the second period. Ferris out shooting the Broncos 15-10, but 4 of the Broncos 10 shots have gotten back behind Mitch O'Keefe. It's 4-1 Western Michigan. Miller on the face-off for the Bulldogs. Broncos win it. Les Bronson in the left corner trying to come up with it. Does out to Letestu. Letestu to center. Park turns at his own line. By the feed, Les Bronson was picked up by Miller. Miller back in for Ferris State. Out picked up by Haynes. Haynes in the right circle back to the point. Now left point. Case with a shot. Evan Case shot. Knocked away by Bellissimo. Now Miller's got in the right corner. Adam Miller for Michigan State. For Ferris State, rather, on the right side. Cleared out of there by Letestu and tapped down the ice. Well, you think Miller, you think Michigan State, don't you? Here comes Ferris. Case to the line for Miller. Top of the left circle. Walks in, shoots. Blockers saved by Bellissimo. And behind the goal, Ludwig. Jam it up in the right corner. Picked up by Kucheria. Kucheria on the back wall. Centers it. Comes all the way back to the point. Sherling held it in. Sends it in front for Miller. Side of the goal, Conley. His shot went over the crossbar. Into the corner, we got a penalty coming up to Ludwig. Tackled one of the Bulldogs. Holding penalty to Ludwig. Ferris back on the power play. 8:13 up in the second. Broncos lead 4-1 on the Bronco Radio Network. On the man advantage. Here's Case, shoots it in. Bounces out of the right wing corner. Played by Conley. Over to Kucheria. Back to the point. Tapped away by Lavecchio and sent all the way down. Case has it in behind the net. In behind the goal. Played by Maul. He'll wrap it around the wall. Now Lavecchio able to tap it out of there to center. Here's a 2-on-1. Lavecchio and Maul over the line, short-handed. Lavecchio waits over to Maul. Shoots, scores! Lavecchio went up with the hands. Now they say no. It never crossed the line. Lavecchio went up with both arms as if to indicate to the official that thing crossed the line. He's going over to question it. Red light never came on, and O'Keefe was able to knock it out of there. So no goal, and Ryan Hill goes over to talk to Jim Culhane. I think Jim wants him to go upstairs and check and see it across the goal line. Ryan Hill explaining he's not going to take a look. 7:28 left in the second, and it's 16 left to go in the Ludwig Minor. It's 4-1 Western Michigan. Bronco hockey brought to you in part by Indian Trails Bus Company. Superior service, fair prices. Indian Trails, the official carrier of Western Michigan Athletics. Off the draw, Bulldogs have it behind their own net. They trail 4-1, and here comes Sherling from the Twin Towers on D, along with Chris Zard. Knocked away by the Broncos and sent back down. Sherling runs it down, got there ahead of Matt Claxton, and out he comes. Jeremy Sherling, rink wide for Zarb. Zarb through the neutral zone, knocked down by Frank, and he'll tap it out of there. He touched it with a high stick, though. Talking about those Twin Towers, Zarb at 6'4" from Waterford, Michigan, and Sherling at 6'3" from Grosse Pointe. A couple of big dogs at the points on this power play for Ferris. Bronco hockey brought to you in part by Coca-Cola. Whenever you're Western Michigan, it's always Coca-Cola, always a winner, always Coca-Cola. And by Wolf Financial for retirement, investment, and estate planning. Give Matt Wolf a call at Wolf Financial Management, 372-3100, or check out WFMinvest.com. Here's Bombers back within the neutral zone, sends it across to Verdoni, back to Bombers back, intercepted the line by Shahura. Now Verdoni got it back, moves it over to Sherling. Sherling to Verdoni over the line on the right side. Matt Verdoni knocked away by the Broncos. Shahura, and cleared down the ice by Ansel. Where it comes Ferris to center, a bouncing puck. Blair Riley had it knocked away at the Bronco line. Now Riley got it back with a bouncing puck, takes it over the line, up the slot, moves it to the corner to Zarb. Zarb plays in behind the goal. Out of Bombers back in the left corner. 3 seconds left in the power play. Van Kulen with his shot, didn't get through. Bellissimo with the save. Rebound, Bellissimo kicks that one away. And out when it comes Silver. Silver to center. Driven back in by Welch. Played in the corner by Ansel, back to center. Van Kulen's got it. His pass intercepted by Steve Silver, who sends it down the ice. Van Kulen ahead to Vesely. Rink wide. Over the line on the right side, Aaron Lewicki. Lewicki over the line. Pass didn't get through. Lewicki now flips into the corner with a backhand. In behind the net. Now around to Ansel it goes. To Les Perrotts. And Mike will just shoot it down the ice for an icing call. We get a whistle. 5:34 left in the second. 4-1 Western Michigan on the Bronco Radio Network. Bisick and Testu all scoring for Western Michigan. And now we get a whistle and we get Frank tangled up. And one of the Bulldogs. Frank and JT Dollinger got tangled up. And Chris's helmet came off, so the blowout immediately dead when the helmet comes off. Out comes Shahura. Now Frank's going to go to that bench. With a new D-man out there for him. Ludwig. And a loop will come out. Now Ryan Hill going to wave Lupa back to the bench. So Marley stays out there. So it's Ludwig and Marley out there. And off the face-off, Broncos. Shahura has it in the corner. He got knocked down. It's held in deep by Ferris. Center, but chipped out of there by Ludwig. Rolling puck back into the Ferris State zone. Van Kulen runs it down for the Bulldogs. Sends it to Haynes at center ice. Haynes moves it over to Miller. Here comes Miller to center. Over the line on the right side of Welsh. Back to Miller at the point. Intercepted by the Broncos and cleared to center. Now Miller got it back. Skates to the left wing side. Miller working on Marley. Marley knocks him down and takes it away. Marley plays into the right corner. Taps it up the boards to Pierce, who chips it out to center. Loose puck in the neutral zone. It's played by Shahur off to Ludwig. He'll skate it in with Bisick and Pierce over the line. Ludwig walks in, shoots. Oh, just off the back glass. And it deflects out to center ice. Played by Pierce. He'll drive it back in. Van Kulen off the glass, chips it down the ice. Lupa tried to knock it down, but then Haynes took it away. Haynes is in the left side. Haynes walks in, carries it in deep, in behind the goal. Centers it, poked away by Lupa. Nice deep by Lupa. And it's cleared down the ice. That'll go to the link for an icing call. We get a whistle with 4:22 left in the second. 4-1 Broncos. Now this on the Bronco Radio Network. Off a quick shot at Bellissimo. Catches, waist high. Another draw. Claxon on the face-off for the Broncos. He won it. Comes off the back wall side of the net. Chris Frank plays it away. Ferris holds it in, though. Evan Case to the left point. Sends it in deep. All the way around to the right corner it goes. Labatt trying to come up with it there with Lupa. Labatt and Lupa and Chris Claxon. Chris plays it to the back wall for Frank. Frank moves it behind the net to Lupa. Now Lupa will skate it and move it out to center. And now we're going to get a whistle. If Ferris touches the puck, we're going to get high sticking. The Ferris State Broncos will have the power play. It's Cody Chuck going to the box. 3:51 left in the second. It's 4-1 Broncos. Now this on the Bronco Radio Network. Sticking call to Cody Chuck. Broncos on the power play. They lead it 4-1. Chance to extend that lead here. Here's Marley up the right side. Carries it in for the Broncos. Sends it in the corner. Throws it right through the goal crease. Comes all the way back to the left point. Ludwig, good hustle, holds it in there. Sends it up the left side now. Clearing pass. Oh, and Zach Pearson was breaking free, but the pass went too far. Bellissimo plays into the back end. Sends it around to Ludwig. Tyler holds it. Got bumped by Pearson. Ludwig got it over to Letestu. Letestu fires it all the way around to Kriske. Dave Kriske at his own line. Here comes Kriske to center. David through the center logo over the line on the left wing side. Kriske walks in, shoots, deflects off the back wall. Laid it around to the right side. Lovecchio's got it to the right point. Bisick to Lovecchio at the half boards. Into the corner to Kriske. Now behind the net, Van Kulen comes up with it. Clears it high off the glass and around and past Bisick all the way down. Bisick chasing that puck. Took it away from two Bulldogs. Sends it around to Ludwig. Ludwig gives it back to Bisick and behind the net. Paid the price, but got the job done. Up the right side, Shahura through the neutral zone in on the right wing. Shahura in on goal, shoots. Missed the net. Comes back to the left point. Ansel held it in. So Gallivan, top of the left circle now. Poked out of there by big Chris Zarb. Bisick comes up with it. Throws it back to his own end for Ansel. Nathan skates back deep in his own zone. Wraps it around the far side for Gallivan. Gallivan skates it out to the blue line, and here he comes to center. Patrick Callahan ahead for Shahura. Pass was broken up. Now they'll dump it in. Delayed offside. Broncos tag up. Bulldogs come up with it, and Zarb fires it down the ice. 6 seconds left to go in the power play. 4-1 Western Michigan. A minute 55 left to go. Here's Silver for the Broncos. goes to center for Pierce. Intercepted by Miller. Picked off by Shahura. Shahura skates to the left wing side. Shahura sends it around to the right wing corner. Picked up there by Lesperance. Lesperance sends it back in deep. Matt Claxton in after it. Pokes it from Sherling, but Sherling still got it. Comes back to the left point. Silver held it in. Silver sends it around. On the right side, Claxton. Claxton and Lesperance. Lesperance has got it. Lesperance on the right side, trying to get it back in there deep to Claxton. He does the Matty, but it's a bouncing puck. He scrambled for it, comes back to Ansel. He'll fire at the net. O'Keefe got a piece of it. It bounces up in the air. It's loose, and Miller's got it away for Ferris. Ferris to his own line. Up the right side. Played in by Chubb. In behind the goal. That was way offside. Official missed it. In behind the net, Ansel. Ansel in behind the goal, trying to come up with that loose puck. Played out in front, high in the air, bouncing up the slot. Broken up and cleared out of there by Maul. Jason carries it to center and dumps it in, and the Broncos change up. Back to play is Van Kulen for Ferris. Long lead intercepted by Frank. Chris Frank to center, shoots it back in. Bounces out of the corner behind the net. Bouncing puck in the right corner. Eric Leslie's got it for Ferris. Sends it away. Out when it comes, Blair Riley at center. Riley shoots it, deflects up into the end zone, netting off Marley's stick, whistled down. 29 seconds left in the second. Broncos 4, Ferris 1 in the Bronco Radio Network. Off the face-off, took it in, faked the shot, then shoots it out with Costa, shoots and score! Oh boy. McIntyre, who's in there in goal now, would like that one back. McIntyre replacing Mitch O'Keefe. Fanned on that one, and Letestu scores, and the Broncos lead it 5-1. 10 seconds left to go in the second period. Letestu from Shahura, 1949. Off the draw, Conley plays it back in his own zone. Chris Zard backpedaling through Ferris. In behind the net. Zard moves it across, and the horn sounds. The period comes to an end, and the Broncos add 3 more in the second and open up a 4-goal lead.
Hi, this is Anthony Belmonte, defensive end for the Broncos. Catch all the live hard hitting here on the Bronco Insider.
Oh,
On in the third. Shup on the face-off with Shahura. To the left of Danny. Sticks her down on the draws one by the Broncos. Here comes Bicek the other way. Ryan Bicek to center. Bicek taps it into the left wing corner. After it, Sherlink with Bicek. They jam it up on the back wall. Bicek for Western Michigan had it knocked away, and Kachiria has it away. To Conley. To Zarb up the right side. Zarb lost it to Ludwig, and Ludwig clears the zone. Back after it is Sherlink being chased by Bicek. Sherlink bumped by Bryant, and Bicek's got it. Now he lost it. Sherlink got it back. Here comes Jeremy up the right side of Brendan Conley. He's in on the right side. Blocked by Ludwig. And he turns it over to Pierce. Pierce taps it out of Shahura. Lost it in his skates. Got it over to Pierce, though. Cleared away by Ferris. To center for Conley. Conley over the blue line. Conley wheeling. Broncos back on D. Lupa fell down trying to clear it. Now Ludwig sends it to center. Picked up by Matt Case. Case plays it ahead of Riley. Poked away by Ludwig. Now picked up by Lupa. We're going to get a penalty to Western Michigan. Tripping call to Chris Claxton, and the Bulldogs go on the power play, trailing 5-1 on the Bronco Radio Network. Face-off. Broncos trying to get it clear. It's on the right side boards, and finally comes out to Lavecchio on the slot, and he'll drive it down the ice. Chris Claxton in the penalty box on the trip early in this third period. Bulldogs on the power play tonight are 1-4-6. Came early in the game on a Matt Verdoni goal. Back of the blue line, held in by Van Kulen. He'll shoot it, blocked by Lavecchio. The Bronco captain all over the ice, sacrificing his body. Now he'll head to the bench. Comes back down into the right wing corner and offside. Whistled down by Kevin Langseth. Face off outside the Bronco blue line. This weekend, Friday and Saturday, if you can't be on hand here against Alabama Huntsville, join us right here, starting at 7 o'clock, both nights, with our State Farm Bronco Countdown pregame show. Corey Lee will have Saturday night for you. I'll be on the road with the basketball team in Akron, Ohio. They take on the Akron Zips. Bronco basketball team will be on the road tomorrow night, too, at Bowling Green. Have that one for you. 6:30 from BG. Quick shot on the right side by Pearson. Deflects off the back glass. Comes all the way back to center. Zarb backpedaling in his own zone with a minute left in the man advantage for Ferris. Zach Pearson got hammered by Matt Claxton. Wow. That'll rattle your fillings. Here comes Zarb the other way. Over the line at Conley. Off on the right side of Pearson. Shoots and it's blocked by Frank. Comes back to the right point. Sherling to the right corner. Pearson. Broken up by Frank. Chris Frank for Western Michigan. Stolen by Pearson. Now Matt Claxton kicks into the corner. Comes back to the right point. Sherling with a shot. That deflected wide of the net in front of Dan. On the right wing corner, Bombers back. Skates it in behind the net. Tried to feed it in front. Got clobbered by Frank, and the Broncos clear it down the ice. Frank and Bombers back ended up on the back of the net. Play continuing, though. 13 left in the Chris Claxton penalty, and out with it comes Welsh up the right side of Haynes. Haynes over the line. Into the right wing corner. Haynes had it knocked away behind the net. Comes back to the blue line, picked up by Lavecchio. He's got Chris Claxton coming out of the box. But it was broken up by Van Kulen, who kicked it away from Lavecchio, who was streaking in on the right side. Now Welsh has it in the corner. Adam Welsh. Out to Haynes. Casey Haynes to center. And we're going to get a penalty here, as Haynes is going to be penalized in a collision at center ice. It's touched up by the goaltender McIntyre on the dump in, and Western Michigan will go on the power play, leading 5-1 on the Bronco Radio Network. Broncos on the power play are 1 for 5 tonight. Off the face-off, Ferris gets the clear all the way down. We're in on the forecheck, and Couturier with a shot knocked away by Bellissimo. Now the Broncos break out. Here comes Gallivan. Ahead to Letestu to center. Letestu drives it in. Got it around McIntyre on the right side. Bicek has it. Bicek sends it deep into the corner. Cleared back to the point. Bicek held it in. Fakes the shot. Moves to the right circle. Pierce centered for Gallivan. Broken up and cleared down the ice by Ferris. Bellissimo leaves it side of the net for Bicek. Minute 18 left to go. And the penalty to Casey Haynes for tripping. Broncos head back up the left side. Bicek, who has one of the 5 goals tonight. It's loose at the blue line. They battle for it there right below us. Finally, dug out of there by Pierce, and Pierce will skate it in. Jeff Pierce on the right side. Leaves it for the point man, Ansel. Left point, Letestu with a one-timer. It was blocked by Welsh. Letestu got it back. Goes over to Ansel. Into the right circle for Bicek. Bicek got pinned on the wall. Gallivan bails him out. Gallivan skates to the net. He fell down. Side of the goal. Played out of there by Ferris, and it goes out of play. And the draw will be inside the Ferris state zone. 38 seconds left to go, and the penalty to Casey Haynes. Broncos lead it 5-1. Letestu with a pair of goals. Mark also with an assist on the Lavecchio goal, so a 3-point night for Letestu. He now has 31 points, 15 goals, and 16 assists. Off the draw, it's sent all the way down by Ferris. And Bellissimo will knock it down behind his own net. Leaves it there for Ludwig. Tyler in behind his own goal, and out he comes. Here comes Ludwig to his own line. Up the left side for Shahura. He'll deflect it in deep. McIntyre out of the net. Lays it to the corner. Broncos hold it to the left point. Ludwig has it there. Works to the middle. Back to the left point. Kriski. Now in the left corner. Shahura back to Ludwig. Ludwig. Along the blue line. Wrist shot. Wide of the net. To the right corner. It goes to Kriski. Had to center it for Shahura, and it was intercepted and cleared by Case. Haynes is out of the box. Power play is over. Ferris back at full strength. They trail 5-1 here to the Broncos at Lawson. Ludwig moves it ahead to Maul. Malsey plays it in deep with Lesperance. Back to Marley at the blue line, and bounced off his stick. Marley retreats to center. He's got it. D to Frank on the left side. Frank will play it in. 7 minutes gone in the third. It's 5-1 Western Michigan. In the right wing corner, Lesperance puts a body on big Chris Zarb. Broncos hold it in as a result. Claxon at the blue line. Flips it to the left corner to Lesperance. Lesperance cycles it back to the point. Sent in by Frank deep. Rolls around to the right side. Maul after it. Maul and Verdoni has it away. Moves it across to Bombersbeck. Couldn't come up with it. Frank plays it back into the Ferris zone. Scherling has it there. Now to Zarb. Back to Scherling. Scherling with a long lead for Bombersbeck. Deflects it in deep. Played by Bellissimo away from Bombersbeck. In the corner, Mike Lesperance behind the goal to Lupa. Out of Pierce to center for Maul. And Welsh intercepts and carries it back in for Ferris. Shoots it in. Bellissimo with the glove. Throws it behind the net. Leaves it there for Lupa, and back comes John. Lupa to center. Lupa fires it in. On goal, stick save McIntyre to the corner. Van Kulen has it in the corner for Ferris. Lead out to the blue line. Played down the ice by the Bulldogs. Silver there to knock it away. Now Pierce has it back in his own end, and a delayed offside call. Pierce ahead to center for Letestu. Mark is in. Works around Van Kulen. Over to Bicek at the half boards on the right side. Bicek tried to kick it back to Silver at the point. Steve trying to hold it in. Did momentarily, but now Welsh skates it away. The Ferris captain moves it to the Bronco line where it's picked up by Silver. Silver up the right side. Dumps it to the corner, and the Broncos will change. 11:28 left in the third. 5-1 Western Michigan. Here's Riley at center. Blair Riley for the Bulldogs. Dumps it in. Silver knocks it away. Over on the right side. Silver after can't come up with it. It's played in deep. Back after it is Ansel. Nathan in behind the net. Ansel chips it off the glass. It'll go all the way down, and McIntyre has to play in front of the net. Off to Evan Case behind the goal. Ferris D-man moves it out to center for J.T. Dollinger over to Miller with a shot. He missed the net. High off the back glass. Played by Bellissimo and behind the goal. Chipped around by Ludwig, but not out. Held into the point. Comes back side of the goal. The Broncos have it away. Claxton's got it, but a whistle blows, and we're going to get a penalty. Hooking call to Western Michigan's Tyler Ludwig is third of the game, and the Broncos are shorthanded, leading 5-1 on the Bronco Radio Network. On the man advantage. Broncos in behind their own net. Frank trying to come up with a can. It comes back to the blue line. Van Kulen. Left point. Centers for Chop. Shot saved by Bellissimo. And it's cleared out of there by Western Michigan. It's saved by Danny. I think he got the top of his stick on that shot. Bulldogs regroup at center, and here they come. Van Kulen fires it in. Rings it off the dasher on the right wing corner. Frank trying to get the clear. Comes back to Marley, and he'll chip it out of there. Back to run it down is Van Kulen for Ferris, the senior D-man from Minnesota. To Verdoni out of center for Pearson. Zach Pearson on the right side. Offside, whistled down. Golick making that call. 5-1 Western Michigan. 9:45 to go in the third. Third period flying by. Ludwig off for hooking at 9:21. Still a minute 3 left to go, and Tyler's penalty. Off the face-off, Lupa has it at center, moves it to the Ferris line. Chris Sarr picks it off there. Moves it ahead of Verdoni on the left wing. He'll dump it in. Bellissimo knocks it down behind the goal, leaves it for Lupa, rings it all the way around but out. Good play by Danny to knock that puck down and allow Lupa to ring it and send it the distance. McIntyre leaves it behind his own goal, and out comes Sherling for Ferris State. Jeremy Sherling shoots it in, and this one deflects over the glass into the student section. Face-off right below us. Bombers back against Jason Mall. Sticks her down, and the draw is won by Ferris. Zach Pearson turns at the Bulldog line through the neutral zone. He's in the right side, and a wrister knocked away by Bellissimo. Bombersbeck kicks it into the corner. Pearson and Bombersbeck after it. Bombersbeck has on the right side, sends it in behind the net. A little up wing corner. Ball trying to whack at it. On the back line, Pearson in behind the goal. Bombersbeck tried to wheel around in front and was blocked and cleared by the Broncos. 5 seconds left to go in Ludwig's penalty. Bulldogs shoot it in. And behind the net, Bellissimo leaves it for Frank. Chris Frank for Western Michigan. Knocked down behind the goal by Frank. Out to Claxton. Power play is over. Broncos at full strength. Here comes Shahura over the line with Claxton. Shahura waits, throws it across to Gallivan just out. Now into the corner. Shahura got it behind the net. Wheeling in behind the goal. Into the right wing corner. Penalty to Ferris coming up on a delay call. Touched up by Aaron Lewicki, and we'll get the penalty to Ferris, and the Broncos won the power play, leading 5-1 on the Bronco Radio Network. On the power play is a wrister from the left circle by Frank, broken up. Letestu has it at the half boards though. Moves into the corner for Shahur in front for Pierce. Knocked away by McIntyre and cleared out of the zone to center. Frank has it for Western Michigan. Ferris short a man on the interference call to Blair Riley. Bouncing puck at center. It's picked up by Frank, wheeling back into his own zone. Broncos lead it 5-1 on the man advantage with 7:45 left to go in the third period. Broncos with a victory tonight move into sole possession of 5th place in the CCHA standings. Bouncing at center, picked up by Pierce. Pierce was knocked down. The Bulldogs have it back in. With it is Haynes. Drop pass, shot on the right side by Corey Couturier, and it's knocked away by Bellissimo. The Broncos have it away. Sent back in by Ferris. Frank after it in the corner. Lays it behind the net to Letestu. Still 49 seconds left in the power play. Letestu off the wall to Shahura to center for Lavecchio. And Lavecchio not able to touch it up. It goes to the link for an icing call. 6:59 to go in the third. 5-1 Western Michigan on the Bronco Radio Network. Seconds left in the power play. Gallivan with Lavecchio and Kriske on the man advantage. Miley and Loop at the points. Here's Lavecchio. Long lead for Kriske. Couldn't quite reach it. It goes off the back wall. Kriske runs it down. Cycles it back into the corner. Gallivan sends it around to the weak side. Back to the left point. Lupa. Now in front. Now back behind the net to Kriske. Bouncing puck off David's stick. On the back wall, Kriske gets back up after being knocked down by Conley. Kriske trying to come up with it. Conley has it away though for Ferris. Ahead to Vesely. Over the line to Van Kulen. Now Conley deflects it into the corner and Lupa runs it down. Bulldogs are back at full strength. Riley's out of the box. Broncos have it at center and Lupa shoots it in. Broncos complete a line change. Out comes Jason Mall's line with Les Perrance and Claxon. In deep it goes. Ludwig after it. Now Ansel pokes it away. Nathan lifts it out to center. Chasing it down is Zarb for Fair State. To center, Les Perrance intercepts. Now Pearson got it back. 5:47 to go. Broncos on top, 5-1. Behind the net, Jeremy Sherling. To center, Ludwig's got it, shoots it back in. And we'll get an icing call. With 5.5 to go in the third, Broncos 5, Ferris 1. We'll be back on the Bronco Radio Network. Western Michigan, 5 minutes left in the third. Ferris State with it in the neutral zone. Intercepted there by Kevin Labatt. He'll tap it back down. Now skating through the neutral zone is Miller. He's into the right wing side. Miller shoots it in. Bouncing puck on the back wall. After it is Silver. Now Letestu and Labatt after it. It's picked up by Bicek. Bicek to center. Bryant sends it all the way down. Heads to the bench and a line change. Out at center ice, a bouncing puck that Gallivan has. Intercepted by Van Kulen. From the Ferris bench. Throw it back into his own zone. Moved ahead to Couturier. Couturier in the right side. Poked away by Miley. Now Shahura trying to move it out of there. Couldn't. Couturier kept it in. Comes back to the left point. Van Kulen. Wister was blocked in front by Loop and cleared by John all the way down. That'll be an icing call and we'll get a break. 5-1 Broncos on the Bronco Radio Network. the draw. The Broncos get the clear to center, and Claxton picks it up in stride. He's in on the left wing side. Matt Claxton to the net with a backhander. McIntyre with a save, and Claxton with the rebound hit the side of the net. Ferris takes it in there deep. Blair Riley has it in the corner, and out he comes. Riley to center. Hit by Claxton. He wipes out J.T. Dollinger, and they're going to take Claxton. Dollinger. Was it Vesely? Yeah, it was Vesely. Eric Vesely got clobbered by Claxton. You're going to call him boarding. Wow, not sure about that one. Bronco bench didn't agree either. Looked like a pretty clean hit. But Claxton goes into the box. Broncos 5, Ferris 1. We'll be back with this Ferris State man advantage in a moment on the Bronco Radio Network. 5-1, Broncos on top. Ferris stay with it on the man advantage, and in comes Bombers back with a burst on the right side. Shoots saved by Bellissimo. Comes back to Zarb. Zarb shoots it back in, and behind the net a rolling puck. After it is Silver. Steve Silver on the left side. Trying to fight off for Doney. Al Shahura there with Silver and Frank. And jam it up in the left corner. Still up under his skate, and finally Brian Hill blows it dead. 2:52 to go. Broncos 5, Ferris 1. Now this from Bob and Kays on the Bronco Radio Network. Left in the third. It's Broncos 5, Ferris 1. Face off on the left side. Van Kulen has it at the point to Case at the blue line. Back to Van Kulen. His shot wide of the net. Deflects to the corner. Loop after it there with Conley. Comes back to Van Kulen up the slot. Turns, fires wide, and Lupa plays it off the back wall and past Van Kulen. At the left point, all the way down it goes. 55 seconds left to go in the Claxton Minor. 2:28 to go in the third. Broncos lead it 5-1. Up the right side, Brendan Conley shoots it in. Got behind Bellissimo to the left corner. Miley there to knock it down. Sends it to the right side. Conley back to the right point for Case. He shoots, scores. Matt Case from the right point beat Bellissimo on the glove side. Danny was screened, didn't see it, and he got by him just inside the post. Ferris power play goal, their second of the game, but they trail the Broncos 5-2 with 2:13 left in the third. We'll be back on the Bronco Radio Network. From Brendan Conley at 17:47 on the power play, and the Bronco lead is 5-2 with under 2 minutes to go. Broncos break out of their own zone. Here comes Chris Claxton to center. He's in with Kriske. Over the line, Claxton to Kriske, and behind the net, Dave got a stick at him, but couldn't control it, and back comes Welsh for Ferris. The Bulldog captain dumps it in. Off the back wall, Ludwig has it for the Broncos. Tyler Ludwig out of his own zone. Ludwig to center. Ludwig over the line on the right side at Kriske. Kriske kicks it up to his forehand, couldn't get a shot away, and the Bulldogs tap it out to center. Picked up there by Ludwig. Tyler shoots it in. Now Zarb wheeling back in his own end has it. Moves it to center. Carrying it there for the Bulldogs. Eric Vesely stolen away by the Broncos. Maul ahead to Les Perrance. Poke checked away from him. Maul got it back, dumps it in. 1 minute to go. 2, Western Michigan on top. Here's Riley at center. There, Riley shoots it in. Gloved by Danny, and he'll hold on. Broncos 5, Ferris 2. We'll be back on the Bronco Radio Network. Face-off, quick shot by Bommersbeck, and Bellissimo picked it with a glove hand. Quick shot by Bommersbeck. That was ticketed for the top corner, and Danny said no. 47 seconds left in the third. 5-2, Western Michigan. The Broncos are being outshot 28-15, but they lead 5-2. Off the draw, L'Esperance on the back wall has it. Moves it to the corner for Labatt. Kevin Labatt for the Broncos. Over to Lupa. Now to Chris Claxton. He'll skate it out for the Broncos. 37 seconds to go. Claxton moves it ahead of L'Esperance. He'll tap it in the corner. Half a minute to go in this one. The Broncos are going to move into sole possession of 5th place in the CCHA with 2 big points here tonight. Silver broke his stick as he drove it into the zone. On the back wall, Chris Claxton trying to come up with it. Now played back deep by Bommersbeck. 15 seconds left. Van Kulen to center ice. It'll go the length. They wave the icing. Ansel runs it down for Western Michigan. Nathan brings it around to the left point. Held in there by Ferris. Van Kulen with a shot that didn't get through. And there's your home. Broncos get the victory. Their 10th of the year. Now 10-13-1. The Broncos are 9-10-1 in the CCHA. And with 2 points moving to sole possession of 5th place in the CCHA standings behind the Big Four. Notre Dame, Miami, Michigan State, and Michigan, and Western Michigan in 5th after the victory here tonight. Broncos 5, Ferris 2. Our post-game coverage is next after this timeout, and a word from your local stations on the Bronco Radio Network.